Hello, everyone. All of y'all. Look at all y'all. Does that do anything? The dirty ass lens. I don't know what camera it's for. It's an 18 mil lens, tiny little baby here. And then this is the big brother of, I forgot what this one was. It's even got a lens hood on it. 37.5 mil. So that's considered big compared to this. But then here's like your average size lens. This is a 50, yeah, 50. So I'm guessing this is for a phone, but this is old. This is an old lens. I got it with, they just threw it in the bag of, I got a Polaroid SX70, been wanting one since I saw the movie Memento, 10 years ago or whenever it came out. I don't know. I don't expect anyone to be here. But I'm gonna do some auditions here. Get rolling. Plug y'all in. Had my green tea this morning. Well, half hour ago, not this morning. Technically, could have been. Charging, good. Don't use that. Oh. No, don't use that microphone. That'd be terrible. All right, today's first audition is going to be for, I don't even know what it's for. They blend together. Neighborhood Connect English narrator. I could do the Spanish, but I don't think it would be super believable. I'm not fluent. Two, I would have to ask my wife to help me with probably a lot of words because it's a longer script. Turn that off. Yeah. Turn that fan off. Then we record. Waka waka. Got mic. I can adjust this any way y'all want. A little rubber thingy. All right. Let's see. Every child, every family deserves to live in a safe, thriving neighborhood. I'm just fixing my levels here so I can hear myself better. Turn off the silence. Turn on the latency mode. Turn on monitoring. And let's crank this Betty up. That's about a rule of thumb. You give it a little surfer wave is about how far you're supposed to be away from it, depending, on what you're recording, but that's a rule of thumb. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Here's first round, first take. Every child and family deserves to live in a safe, thriving neighborhood, regardless of their income or identity. Regardless of their income or identity. Public resources should be invested fairly across all communities. And putting those resources towards parks and roads will only strengthen those communities. The people who live, move through, and spend time in a place or space are experts on what could improve those places and spaces. The people who live, move through, and spend time in a place or space are experts on what could improve those places and spaces. are experts on what could improve those places and spaces better. They should lead the way. They should lead the way, bringing their creativity, knowledge, and vision for change. People want it. People not only feel better. Ugh. People want not only better lives for themselves. Wow, that's a weird one. People want not only better lives for themselves. One more time. People want not only better lives. Okay. People want not only better lives for themselves, but for their loved ones and the greater community. And anyone has the potential to create change. All neighborhoods, heard a click. All neighborhoods are a work in progress. The built environment is always changing and should reflect the ideas, creativity, and interests of the people who live, work, and play there. But the people most connected to a neighborhood are not always included in decisions about changes. Try that one more time. But the people most connected to a neighborhood are not always included in decisions about changes. What's up, Raphael? And yet, these are the people who best understand the challenges of daily life and who know what changes would make a real difference in their neighborhoods, and who know what changes would make a real difference in their neighborhoods. Neighborhood Connect provides resources, tools, and support to help their team identify changes. Okay. Neighborhood Connect provides resources, tools, and support to help your team identify changes. You will bring the vision, creativity, experience, and deep knowledge of your neighborhood. You will bring the vision, creativity, experience, and deep knowledge of your neighborhood. What do y'all think? After I edit all that down. Turn all the fans back on. 1, 2, 3. I can't turn that one on yet, but how's everyone doing? Now this will be the boring part for y'all because you can't hear this and I don't have studio monitors in here. But we could talk about the movie Weapons that I just watched yesterday. It was awesome. It was one of my favorite ones I've seen in a long time. One of my favorite scary movies. Thank you, Porch. Thank you. Yeah, it was a full 2 hours, that movie, but it was good. The first, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's a good scary movie. I would very much like to see it again. Maybe not necessarily in theaters, but I do want to rewatch it and look for clues and hints and other stuff that I may have missed. I probably definitely missed, because as soon as we were done watching it, my wife and I, we went on to TikTok and just started looking at, kind of like deep dives. And it's not that there was ultra deep meaning or anything, but just ending explained or whatever, but it was good. It was really good. I haven't seen a good scary movie, I think, since, now I haven't seen a lot of movies, but The Conjuring, the first one, that was a really good, well written, well shot, well acted, all that stuff. Second one was good. First one was better, I think. A top underrated movie. I've got a few of those. One, for me, Would definitely be, as far as comedy goes, like comedy drama. It's definitely, it's a comedy, but it's not a comedy like Step Brothers, like Old School, like Superbad. It's not that kind of comedy. It's just a lot of comedy in it because Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer are very good together. It's the movie's called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and the premise of it is fantastic, and the banter back and forth with those two is so good. They're so they're both very fast talking, and Val Kilmer is a Hollywood agent. He's been in Hollywood a long time. He's a big shot, and so he's very quick witted and snappy, and a jerk. And then Robert Downey Jr.'s character, just as Robert Downey Jr. is also very fast talking too, but he's kind of the punching bag, if you will, of the movie. That was a great one. That was one of the. There was two on Robert Downey Jr.'s comeback before he hit Iron Man, because no studio wanted to take him. If you don't know, this deep dive on Robert Downey Jr.'s past. But Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is when he wasn't completely sober yet. He might have been off of alcohol and drugs, but he was still smoking during that. But now, he doesn't do any of that stuff, as far as I know. I don't know. But that was one of the very first ones on his rise to Iron Man after all the, getting locked up for drugs and driving and DWI and whatnot. But yeah, that was a great one. I was like, holy crap, this movie is great. Yeah, Gay Perry. Snatch, Lock, Stock. These are all Guy Ritchie movies here. Snatch, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. Those are both great. I like Guy Ritchie movies. And coincidentally, Sherlock 1 and 2 with Robert Downey Jr., also Guy Ritchie directed. Fantastic. I like his, in the Sherlocks, I love the cinematography a whole lot. Really appreciated it. It was neat. It was different. Some scenes. And Snatch, too, for that matter. The boxing scene. And then Rock and Rolla, many years later, also Guy Ritchie. Same kind of, not caper like Ocean's 11, but same kind of a bunch of different stories and gangs, and it all mixes in at the end. I did see Revolver. I don't remember it though, because I was going through a Guy Ritchie phase. I saw Layer Cake, Revolver, and I don't remember them. I need to go back and watch them, because Layer Cake had Daniel Craig in it, I think, and it was probably great. I was way too young to appreciate it, I think, because I saw Lock, Stock, and Snatch way later on, and I appreciated them a lot more. Yeah, those were good. And I don't think Guy Ritchie did this one, but the one also with Daniel Craig and Channing Tatum, that one has something to do with NASCAR or something. They're stealing money. They're in Louisiana or South Carolina or somewhere in the South, I think. This is without looking it up. Daniel Craig and Channing Tatum. Something having to do with NASCAR, I think. But I think they're also stealing money. But I don't remember what that one was called. I guess I'll look it up. It's going to bug me. IMDb, always on ready. Let's see. Daniel Craig. First ones I'm sure will be James Bond's. I liked... Oh, here we go. I think I really actually liked one James Bond. There was a couple that weren't bad, but man, they got too into themselves. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong. I don't know. But after Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, I think was the second one. That one was cool, but I didn't like it as much as Casino Royale. And every single one after that, I liked way less and less and less. Everything was just, oh, we're too real and blah blah blah. And this is Bond is so, he's basically a billionaire, but like they try to make it so moody and indie and like, shut up. Let's see. Defiance, James Bond did a lot of that. James Bond voiceover, James Bond this and that. Spectre was meh. I'll tie that one with the second one. Logan Lucky is the one we were talking about there with Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, Adam Driver. That's all the list is there. Who else? Farrah McKenzie, Riley Keough, Jim O'Heir. Yeah, that's Logan Lucky. Two brothers attempt to pull off a heist during a NASCAR race in North Carolina. Okay, that was close. Pretty close. I never got to finish watching that. I started watching it and either I fell asleep and never went back to it or something or another. I usually trust IMDb's ratings on movies. If it's a 6 and above, it's probably a good movie. This has got a 7. I don't mess with Rotten Tomatoes. That's useless. That's useless ratings, especially the critics. I can't stand the critics. The paid critics, you know what I mean. I did not see 28 Years Later. I am so saddened by everything I hear about it. I love 28 Days, obviously. 28 Weeks was good. And then I've heard they missed the mark on this 28 years. That's too bad. I like the 90s ones too, the 90 Bonds with, what's his face? Miss Doubtfire, Pierce Brosnan. Like one he's not known for. Like he's in the movie, but he's not a main character. Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, those are the ones I grew up on, Pierce Brosnan ones. All hokey as hell, but cool because it was my era of Bonds. Or maybe it was 2000. Late 90s. I don't know. Yeah, that's a shame about 28 Years. I still haven't seen it. I want to see it, but I also don't want to see it. I've seen some cool cinematography stuff that they got to do with it because it was shot on an iPhone. That's such a deceiving line. Yeah, technically, it was shot on an iPhone. It was probably shot on 300 iPhones and using $20,000 cinema rigs on your phone. That's not the same thing as being shot on an iPhone. Like, the first 28 Days Later was actually shot on the little mini DV cams, and it looks like it, But, claiming to be shot on an iPhone and having a rig on it that's 50 times bigger than the phone itself. That's not fair. Yeah, that's not fair. I mean, I get it. That's what sells. That's what gets your clicks. Oh my God, this movie was shot on an iPhone. Yeah, kinda. In the way a Ferrari uses rubber tires just like a Honda Civic uses rubber tires. Yeah, they both use rubber tires. Are they the same? Nope. Are they the same car? Nope. There's so much nuance. It's just a big fat lie. All right, I am going to jump to the next script, though, which will be... So that was Neighborhood Connect. I'll edit that one in a minute. And then the next one is for a character. Let's see. It was all the way down here. It was an older guy that I wanted to do. Alfie? No, he was 29. Bonaventure or Boaton Noss. Voice, male, age 44, gruff, with a Detroit accent. Can't do that. Where was it? Calhoun, I think it was, or was it Cassius? Cassius is a space captain with a commanding, warm, and well-spoken tone. Cassius Pierpont IV is well known off-world, but just another face in the Nivalis gravity well. Currently awaiting a criminal hearing for reckless vacuum flight conduct, and looks like he'll be grounded for a while. Okay, I like that one. This one's got a bit of a British, that one's female, that one's female. This one is middle age 60s, fast talking with faux warmth like Jack Lemmon and Glengarry Glen Ross. Okay, I know Jack Lemmon, but that voice is old. I'm not that old yet. Let's see. Iengus Prince, well-spoken, cold, unfriendly. Is this the robot? A mix of villain and robot. Angus Prince, once a renowned mathematician disgraced by the public revelation of his experimental work, now runs a catering business that posts record high profits while paying record low taxes. I don't know. I'm going to go with the space captain getting ready to get in trouble. Cassius Pierpont IV. Let's see. I also didn't watch The Last of Us Season 2. Last of Us Season 2. God, so many Walking Dead. I didn't realize how long it kept going after I stopped watching. After, I don't think I'm spoiling any. After Glenn died, I think it was the rest of that season, but or no, maybe the next following season. Wherever, the last thing I remember is then they're in some kind of trash or like a junkyard, and there's a crew in that junkyard with real crappy junkyard armor on. That's all I remember. That's the very last thing that I saw for sure. Expecting great things from 20 years later because I love the first two, but they missed it. Yeah. Where am I getting these scripts from? It's a service. I go through a couple different services. You pay a yearly fee, like voices.com, voices123. There's a lot of them out there. Some of them more reputable, some of them smaller. So you might, if you're just getting into it, you might have a better chance. I've been doing it a long time, and I still can't make a living at it. Granted, I only have a couple services that I'm on, but I've got a couple bigger clients, but again, it's not a regular payday. You know, I can't make a living at this unless Coca-Cola hired me for 10 years or something like that and gave me $1 million or something, to voice a script once a month or something like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, it's just a service. You go, you type in, you make your audition, for yourself. do a little range of what you can do: emotional, serious, happy, outrage, soft, you know, character voices if you can do them. Just make a little mixtape, put it into the website, and you can select what you're able to do. Oh, I can do a British accent. I can do a male accent from 20 years old to 50 years old. You know, I can do this and this and that. And it just finds auditions for you, and you go and apply for them. Now, when you get an audition, that does not mean you get the job. Not by a long shot. I'll probably do, let's say 50. I'd say a good average number is about 50 to 70 auditions, and I'll get one of those. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a great paying one, too. It's one that they liked. Let's say 50, yeah. 70 might be a little too much. But that being said, unless you got a hookup, unless you know someone, unfortunately, it's not a great, it's not a full-time gig. I would love it to be, but. All right, so this guy, what's his name? Cassius. Cassius is a space captain with a commanding, warm, and well-spoken tone. Cassius Pierpont IV is well known off-world, but just another face in the Nivalis gravity well. Currently awaiting for criminal hearing for reckless vacuum flight conduct, and looks like he'll be grounded for a while. So the script says, did I want anything else? No. Oh, thank the gods. I've only just got here, and I thought that there was some kind of incident. We don't get airflow like this upstairs. The heavens themselves. I haven't been down a gravity well since I was a kid. Well, not one with air anyway. What is this world? What is Nivalis? It's a video game, apparently. Nivalis game. On Steam, or going to be on Steam, or maybe a new one. In Nivalis, you choose how to spend your time in the city in this unique slice of life. Sim with realistic weather simulation, night and day cycles. You can grow your business, meet strange and diverse characters, form friendships, and experience the danger and wonder of the cyberpunk voxel city. So it looks like it's like a Rick and Morty off-world, you know, dirty downtown cyberpunk mixed with the Fifth Element kind of game. Okay. I'll practice this one a few times. You shouldn't be drinking this to be keeping your voice calm, but it works for me okay. I shouldn't do it all the time, that's for sure. All right, I'm just going to crank up the volume, see what it sounds like. Oh, thank the gods. I've only just got here and I thought there was some kind of incident. We don't get airflow like this upstairs. The heavens themselves. I haven't been down a gravity well since I was a kid. Well, not one with air anyway. The point? How very narrow-minded of you. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. A life spent dancing on the fingertips of humanity's reach. Without people like me. Damn, they say the name in the game. They say the name in the script. Without people like me, Nivalis would be the end of the road. Now we have to look up how Nivalis is said, because I have no idea. Is it Nivalis, Nivalis, Nivalis? Navalis. Someone please say it out loud for me. All right. Official gameplay trailer. Let's look it up here. watch if it would load. There it is. This is an interesting. It seems very, it's almost 8-bit, but slightly better. I'm not a big gamer, so when I see low-grade graphics, I would automatically think, like, oh, this is a dumb game. But, I mean, look at Minecraft. So, okay, he's building a world. It doesn't... There is no sound. There's music, but there's no sound. He's not talking. Do they say the name? Noodle bar introduction. All right, so what? You can build your own little hideout apartment, I guess. That's a strange looking fella. That's a robot. Salt Pete. And this was the reveal trailer? This is the alpha trailer, so I don't imagine it getting 10 times better than this. It's interesting. Meridian Market. Those scenes aren't bad. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna audition here for. Some character in this game that I don't know how to pronounce. Germany. It's from Germany. Cyberpunk inspired. Somebody say the name. Here we go. This guy's British, though. He says Navalis, but he's British. We're going to go with Navalis. That's what we're going to go. Nivalis. Navalis. Official summer trailer 2024. Looks like they've been throwing out new trailers for a while. And then one from 2023. Oh boy. Looks like it may have been waiting. All right, so let's go with Navalis. That's what we're gonna try. We still plugged in here. I'll lose my charge. So, oh yeah, this guy, he is warm, commanding, well-spoken. Oh, thank the gods. I've only just got here, and I thought there was some kind of incident. We don't get airflow like this upstairs. The heavens themselves. I haven't been down a gravity well since I was a kid. Well, not one with air anyway. The heavens themselves. I wish there was context before that line, because it just breaks. There's three different lines here. The heavens themselves. The heavens themselves. I haven't been down a gravity well since I was a kid. Well, not one with air anyway. All right. The point? How very narrow-minded of you. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. A life spent dancing on the fingertips of humanity's reach. With people like me, Navalis would be at the end of the road. Navalis would be the end of the road. Okay. Oh, thank the gods. I've only just got here and I thought there was some kind of incident. We don't get airflow like this upstairs. The heavens themselves. I haven't been down a gravity well since I was a kid. Well, not one with airflow anyway. Not one with air anyway. Where am I seeing flow? I don't know. Not one with air anyway. The point? How very narrow-minded of you. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. A life spent dancing on the fingertips of humanity's reach. Without people like me, Navalis would be the end of the road. Navalis would be the end of the road. All right, let's try to record it. Yeah, I'll be the first one to say it outside of that British guy reviewing it. Fan 1, fan 2, fan 3. And then, like I said, that one's not on. All right. We're going to have to adjust for the louder part. That's okay. Go back to software. All right, let's record it. Yawning relaxes your vocal cords too. A lot. If you do it a lot. Oh, thank the God. Oh, thank the gods. I've only just got here and I thought there was some kind of incident. We don't get airflow like this upstairs. The heavens themselves. I haven't been down a gravity well since I was a kid. Well, not one with air anyway. The point? How very narrow-minded of you. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. A life spent dancing on the fingertips of humanity's reach. Sorry, that was a pop-up there. A life spent dancing on the fingertips of humanity's reach. A life spent dancing on the fingertips of humanity's reach. Without people like me, Nivalis would be the end of the road. Without people like me, Nivalis would be the end of the road. Without people like me, Nivalis would be the end of the road. Good enough? Good, didn't break any clips. Thanks for stopping, Porch. Appreciate you. Thank you. I gotta edit this anyway, so y'all can't hear it. I don't know how. Maybe I could make the audio come from the computer into here. I can make the mic switch from this one to this one, but can I make the audio coming out of my headphones go to you? I doubt it. Not without some software I don't have. Here, let's go to settings, audio, output, not that, Mac Mini speakers, not the monitor. That's it. That's all the devices I have for output. I have system setting, my, why am I drawing a blank? My, the pass-through, the monitor, or Mac Mini speakers, which I didn't even know it had a speaker in it. That sound like trash anyway. It would all sound like trash unless it was coming through the headset. Recording, how about general plug-in latency? Nope. Does anyone out there know how to transfer? Sampler, editing, crossfade. Sorry, everyone. Let's go to system settings and see if that's an option. Sound, output, that's it. Mac Mini speakers, monitor, or my pass-through. So yeah, I'm afraid y'all wouldn't be able to listen to it anyway. Sorry, y'all. But that's going to be the end of today's stream. Rob, if you can fix this. I'm using Logic Pro on a Mac, and I'm connected with a Behringer interface. And I'm plugged in right now, the phone, just to charge it to the Mac, seeing if I can get audio from my Mac so y'all can hear it without an external speaker. So basically, like, you know, hearing my mic through here. I'm afraid if I close this down, it'll close the stream. So what's this? Is this mute? Yes, that was mute. So I really don't know. You want to look it up? Oh. Can I, let's see. Can I, without streaming software, right? Use interface on Mac into phone stream. I don't know. Yes, you can use audio interface on a Mac to stream on a phone by connecting your audio sources like microphones or instruments to the interface. Okay, so I would have to, I don't have that connection, I don't think, I don't have that like plug on this interface that I'm aware of. But like, you know, the interface is connected to the Mac. So why couldn't that work? You know, without directly connecting the phone into the interface, couldn't I just connect it to the Mac? So it's directly connected to the Mac for sure. Appreciate it, Rob. I'm looking at the settings on my side here. Okay, using Mac as a receiver. Ah, there it is. He's got an XLR. It's an XLR cord that plugs in via USB on the back. It's use a Mac compatible audio interface. Connect your audio source, the interface. Connect your microphone, instruments, or mixer to the interface, right? So that's done. But now connect interface to Mac. So connect the connect the audio interface to your Mac via USB. That's done too. That's what I have working right now. Then connect interface to phone. I can't. I don't have that plug. But what they have here is a XLR plug, which I do have, and a USB that plugs in the back of it. Then I could run it to the phone. Yeah. Connect. If your interface has a direct output, you can connect it to your phone using the appropriate cables and an adapter to provide power to the interface. And then stream from your Mac using streaming software on your Mac to send the audio from the interface to your phone. So I'm gonna give it a sturdy look here, making sure. No, I don't. These are just the headphone jacks, 2 headphone jacks on that, and then 2 XLR mics, 2 XLR ports. Were just unplugged. Something unplugged. So it says, do you want to use the audio device iPhone 18 microphone? Which sounds nice, but that means I would be recording into this for that. I don't want to do that. I don't think that's what I want to do. Do you want to use the audio device, iPhone, microphone? No, I want to use this microphone, and so y'all can hear. Said you have to have an iPhone adapter in order to do what you're trying to do. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's what it looks like here. This Shure MX-V2U. That'd be curious. I might do. Let's see how much that runs. Shure MX-V2U, I said. Is that right? $120 for that? Jesus. The Shure MVX2U XLR to USB digital interface with headphone jack. Yeah, unless I started making some money on YouTube, this is how y'all are gonna hear me. $120. It's got phantom power too. That's cool. That's this mic, and the Shure SM7B also requires that. I don't use that one for voiceover anymore. $120. That is stupid. Is there one half that price? There's a Bluetooth one that's half the price. Is it half as good? The Arc 2 wireless XLR mic, transmitter and receiver, all mode compatibility with 7 independent channels. I'm sure it's good, but then now it's no longer a connected thing. It's via Bluetooth, and I want as sturdy as connection from this mic to that interface as I can get. Is that seriously the only option? Because, oh my goodness. All right, the iRig Stream Pro, iOS audio, same price, totally different setup, but thank you, Rob. So there's another thing here. It's not an XLR connection though. It looks like it's a just kind of a channel swapper. You plug in to, I'm guessing, the Mac. I don't know. Doesn't look as good as the other one though. Okay, so that guy, how to set up iRig Stream with interface. Yeah, so it's either, it looks like a streaming. What I could do, I have a camera. What I might do next time, well, y'all can't see it. I have a camera that if I plug that into here and get a streaming software, I could use the audio on the computer, aka this mic, and then it would work that way. Then I would have to set this thing up every time, and this moves a lot because I'm shooting fragrance content all over the desk and doing B-roll shots, so it's always moving. And I don't really have much of a wall behind my monitor here. This is pushed up pretty much against the wall. So, kind of short on options here. I'll think about it. I'll watch that. They have it used. They have it used really cheap. That'd be great too. Is the Shure MX-V2U right for you? It's a digital audio interface. It's a powerful single-channel XLR to USB adapter that allows you to connect any XLR microphone to a computer for effortless recording and streaming. With configurable DSP features and full access to Shure Plus Motive desktop app, the compact interface is future-proofed. via online firmware updates. Well, you're not even, are you running USB-C? Okay, I'll give you that much. I thought it was old USB. Providing up to 60 dB of clean gain, the XLR to USB adapter has enough power to bring your favorite dynamic microphone, such as the legendary SM7B, to life. It also offers up to 48V of phantom power for connecting a condenser microphone to your computer. Portable, sleek, and rugged, the MVX2U can be plugged straight into an XLR microphone or used in line with an XLR cable, depending on your setup. Hello, Oscar. What is me? Human? I'm looking at these little XLR plugs. It's basically just this part right here, the XLR port, that would plug into the mic here, and then a USB would go into the computer there. So y'all could actually hear this audio on the phone, so it doesn't sound like, you know, phone audio. But it's $120. I'm looking at other options here. Hopefully a lot cheaper than that. I'm gonna turn my fans back on though. So what's this one? The M3S wireless XLR transmitter receiver. I don't like wireless for this. That's not bad. That's $60. That's exactly half price. You get a transmitter and receiver, basically a male or a female and a male to plug in. One goes to your mic, one goes to the interface. But then I'm still left with this issue though. You wouldn't get the audio. The Shure XLR one would fix that because it's going directly from here into my interface into the computer, and if I have it plugged in here, y'all would hear it too. Yeah, that would work, but $120 is a lot of money for something that I don't do all the time. I have 9 people watching me right now. Let's say if I had 1 million people watching me, I'd go, yeah, okay, I'll buy one, make the content a little bit cleaner and better. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It shows exactly mic being plugged in, and then you plug a USB into this little receiver piece. Let's do a little search here. The Shure MVX2U. Cute name. 2U. All right, so here is one that's what is this one? The Rode VXLR Pro 35mm, 3.5mm thing camera, XLR adapter with power converter. This one's $45. What does this do? And it's open box. So that has a 3.5mm jack at one end and an XLR port at the other. Like, That must be so you can like listen to while you're filming something, or yeah, that's what that looks like. That's not gonna work for me. Y'all have any other options? What is this? XLR USB 4.8 XLR to USB audio interface. This looks okay. This looks semi-promising. Same sort of thing. Plugs in to here, and then you plug the USB into the back of the plug and plug that into the computer. I wouldn't mind trying that for 40 bucks. It's got 35 reviews, 4 stars. It's not bad. Certainly not perfect. And this is new. Okay, this is new on B&H. So let's look up this one, the Paulson XLR to USB. His name is Robert Paulson. Then the iRig thing comes up again. All right, I'm gonna pull it. Oh, you're so loud. Okay. All right, we're gonna look up. Watch this with me. You wanna watch this video with me? I don't know what y'all can see and not see. So here's the port, the USB side. Got little adjustments. It's not bad. Don't need the headphone jack. I will need that 48 volt boost though. I like my electronics to be heavy. Okay. You're gonna plug it in. Well, switch it up. Go for it. Yeah, it doesn't have a boost. It got really quiet just now. There you go. Better, but not strong. What if I already have a booster? So yeah, but I want him to test not the microphones. I want him to put it through an interface. Are you gonna... It's definitely not strong like the Shure one would be. Bordering on awful. Great. Maybe I could try it, return it. And the only other option I have is to get like a streaming deck, which I don't want. All right. He's going over the Shure version, MXV2U, MVX2U. All right. There's the phantom power boost. But see, here's the thing. I already have a phantom power boost, a physical phantom power boost. I don't need that one. If my mic, yeah, if I'm, if I'm bypassing my physical boost with an electronic one, because I'm going straight to the computer and I'm not using the interface for recording, then I would have to have this. Nice little interface setup though. A lot of options here. I'd be curious to try it, but I don't want to try it for 100 and whatever, 20, 30. Operational temperature. It's a kind of a crazy thing to say. Thanks for all three of y'all still watching. I know this is boring. It's boring for me if you don't have the money, you know? Yeah, I'd love to try it. I'd have to buy it and return it or something, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, 140 bucks, a little out of my range for something like this. And then they have the little interfaces that would plug straight into a deck, into the phone, but I'm not going to do all that. I just want something quick and easy. And I'm surprised. It's 2025, man. We got AI. Why don't we have good audio solutions for everything? There's still so many freaking cables. Bluetooth's unreliable. I don't get it. I could use my lavalier mics, but it's still not the same sound as you're going to get from this mic. Better than the onboard phone mic, but I'd like y'all to be able to hear professional sound, you know, be cool. I'm trying to convince myself, but I don't think that's going to happen. For a more direct stream, use an audio interface that supports both Mac and iOS devices like the iRig Stream Pro, which can connect to your iPhone directly to stream audio in. Well, what I'm curious as to if I'm only recording to the phone audio, am I still recording on my software on the computer? The iRig Stream Pro, $200. So again, that is not a cheaper option. It's actually a more expensive option. Oh, there's one for $160. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that either. the Amazon one I said was what? 120. So that's regular price. 120. Well, until $120 falls into my lap. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bounce. I gotta edit these clips down. Thanks for watching, and thanks for talking with me. Have a good day.